糸が焼き切れた。俺と禰豆子の絆は誰にも引き裂けない。
You already know the villain is fucked when the main character starts screaming about his family members. Outside of the anime community, anime as a genre is really known for its shonen series. Think Naruto, Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, One Piece. Everybody's heard about them, your grandma has heard about them, but what do all these have in common? You must never tell the internet which one is your favorite. So today, I'm gonna talk about my favorite, Demon Slayer. Every few years a new shonen giant is born, and although we are nearing the end of Demon Slayer, I still remember watching it as if it was yesterday. Since the day it came out, it has broken records after records, now being the highest grossing anime movie of all time, and taking the art of animation for these larger shows to a whole new level. It showed that just because there's a lot of content in the show doesn't mean you have to sacrifice animation quality. And after the internet went absolutely insane over the episode 19 fight of season 1, you could think to yourself, okay, yeah, they're never gonna top that. And then they did. Both the movie and the second season of Demon Slayer have yet again been record-breakingly good. The level of production and care this show gets is why it's still rising today. Although it will probably never reach the level of influence of Naruto or One Piece due to its later release date, it has cemented itself into the heart of today's anime fans. As it currently stands, it's the peak of what shonen anime can currently produce. And it doesn't have to beat the old classics because it has started its own league. The show is far ahead from the older classics and it is incomparable at this time. From the story to the characters and what they have done in these few seasons, others couldn't do in hundreds of episodes. And its influence on today's world is proof of its greatness. Looking at the history of the show, we can only assume the future of it will be equally mind-blowing. While there are always the risk of a 7 Deadly Sins disaster, we can only assume that will not be the case. A marvelous developed story waiting to unfold right in front of our eyes, and we are here to see it. What has always stood out to me about shows like Demon Slayer is the characters of the show. I've had a feeling that the motivations and character developments of other larger shows are largely thanks to a gigantic amount of episodes that are out for them. And Demon Slayer doesn't just top them, it crushes them. I feel a meaning to the conflicts the more than just, oh no, the people and or monster are standing in the way, now we have to fight them. The fights in Demon Slayer doesn't scream fighting for fighting's sake, the villains all have their own personality, problems and goals, which makes them interesting characters to eventually fight and most of all learn from. The amount of growth our main character develops from the villains alone is astonishing. There are few shows who can produce this amount of both interesting and unique villains at the same time, and sometimes you even feel bad for them. Although their actions are ill, they have a purpose for doing it, and most of the time it's not because they're supposed to be evil, but they have their own reasoning for it. The best shonen animes in my opinion will always be the ones with the better villains. Since the shows are some of the most action-packed out there, you can't keep fighting NPCs for 200 episodes and expect it to be anything other than fillers. The villains in Demon Slayer have a reason for their ill intent, and it helps growing the hero. He learns equally as much from his friends as he does from his enemies, and I truly think that's one of the best ways to approach character development. As of the release of this video, the manga for Demon Slayer has already ended, and a new season is announced for 2023. Use that time until then to catch up to the current peak of shonen anime. Thank you for watching.